Welcome to the show. I am Dr. Lyman Montgomery, and I need to start today with a question that might sting just a little bit. Have you ever known you were called to more, but still heard that quiet, persistent voice whispering, I can't. I can't start. I can't change. I can't write that book, build that business, or trust my own voice. Most people are not stuck because they lack potential. They are stuck because fear, doubt, and old patterns have trained them to believe that I can't is the final answer. For over 30 years, as an ordained elder, an author, and a leadership coach, I have watched highly gifted people sit on the sidelines of their own calling. They have the credentials, the deep lived experience, and the heart to serve, yet they remain stuck. And let's be honest, we love to dress up procrastination and call it preparation. We tell ourselves we need one more certification, one more class, or one more year of waiting before we can step out. But motivation is only a temporary spark. True transformation requires a hard decision. To understand why we get stuck, we have to look at what I call the FIST framework. FIST. It stands for facts, interpretation, stories, and truth. Think about how we are raised. Imagine a well meaning parent telling a child, you'd better put a hat on your head or you'll catch a cold. Now, the actual medical fact is that wet hair or cold air doesn't cause a cold, a virus does. But the child's mind takes that fact and builds an entire narrative around it. We do the exact same thing in our adult lives and businesses. Let's break down the acronym. The F is the fact, the raw, unembellished reality of what happened without our drama attached. The I is our interpretation, the meaning we assign to that event, heavily colored by our upbringing and environment. The S represents the stories, the narratives we repeat to ourselves over and over until they feel like absolute law. And finally, the T is the actual truth, which is often radically different from our comforting or terrifying interpretations. This fist approach is what holds us back because a closed fist is designed to fight, defend, or destroy. A closed fist cannot receive. When you live in the I can't cycle, you keep your hands tightly clenched, protecting old wounds and insisting you don't need support. But to move forward, we have to open our fists. We have to open our hands to handle situations positively, open our hearts to feel empowering emotions, and open our heads to think right thoughts. That is how we begin to allow success and true alignment into our lives. Now, once we decide to open our hands, how do we transition into a concrete I will? That is where the from I can't to I will framework comes in. It is built on three essential pillars. The first step is to clarify your message. For coaches, leaders, and entrepreneurs, confusion is an incredibly expensive luxury. If your message is muddy, people might respect you, but they won't hire you. Your message shouldn't try to sound clever. It needs to be so clear that the right person hears it and instantly says, that sounds like me. You must know exactly who you help, the precise pain you solve, and why it matters. The second step is to package your value. Many gifted people can inspire an audience, but they struggle to explain what they actually offer. People don't buy information anymore. They can get that on Google. They buy results, relief, and a structured path forward. You must be able to state the tangible outcome of your work in one simple, powerful sentence. If they work with you, what is the exact destination you are taking them to? The third step is where the real connection happens. Turn your story into trust. Your story isn't just a list of things that happened to you. It is the evidence that you deeply understand the people you are called to serve. Now, hear me clearly on this. This does not mean turning your personal pain into a public performance. You don't share from an unhealed wound just for attention. It means sharing the resolved, polished parts of your journey in a way that serves as a bridge of hope for someone else. Your struggle, when shared with integrity, becomes the very thing that makes a client say, they actually understand what I am going through. So here is my direct challenge to you today. Take out a notebook or open the Notes app on your phone right now. Write down the single biggest I can't statement that has been keeping you stuck. Maybe it's, I can't charge higher rates because people won't pay. Or, I can't start because I don't know enough. Write it down, look at it, and then cross it out. Now, rewrite it as an active, decision driven I will commitment. I can't start becomes I will take one clear, focused step this week. This is how momentum is born. Remember, your next level doesn't begin when everything is perfect. It begins when you decide that I can't will no longer have the final word in your life. If this message resonated with you, I want you to do 3 simple things. First, subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss our upcoming guest episodes. Second, share this with another builder who needs to hear it. And third, head over to gift.focuseddriven.com to download my free guide to help you implement this exact framework. And if you have a powerful story of moving from I can't to I will and want to apply to be a guest on the show, visit coachlyman.com/podcast and click Be a Guest. I'm Dr. Lyman Montgomery. Until next time, remember, you are not waiting on permission. You are making a decision. Move from I can't to I will.